Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in for another interesting interview with Key Encounters. I've got the one, the only Anime Sensei. Thanks, my guy, for being here. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain. It's a good night.
Fair enough. We're gonna jump right into it. We really are. We're just gonna go. How did you get your name?
Anime Sensei.
No, Anime Sensei.
So I I went through a little rebranding. I had a couple names, kind of ugly. I had one like I was obsessed with the villain Zod from Superman. So my first couple were like Major Zod, Kneel Before Zod, stuff like that. So then I was like, well, I really do like anime, and I'm trying to make that something. And then so I just came up with anime, and then I just put sensei at the end because I thought it was cool. Everybody kind of laughed at it for a bit, and then it just stuck. So here I am, 3 years later.
Okay, so how long have you been a streamer?
I've been streaming since January of 2020.
Okay. How did you fall into it? Like what made you decide to finally turn it on and go live?
Well, pandemic happened. I was playing a lot more video games. I was a newlywed, had a lot more time on my hands, and it's just decent. 2025 kills a game. So I was like, I could probably do this. So I started streaming from my PlayStation, and then I got hooked up with a PC about 9 months later.
So when you stream now, what do you primarily play? What's like your go-to streaming game that you like to share to the world?
As infuriating as the game is, Call of Duty, and then also NBA 2K.
Which one do you like more?
Like more 2K, play more Call of Duty.
What is it about Call of Duty?
I don't know. It helps get my frustration out, but at the same time, I play ranked, so you have to be a lot more tactful. So it's more thoughtful, more engaging. Basketball kind of gets a little repetitive. So
now, when you play this Call of Duty, are you on teams, solo? And if you are on teams, any particular people you normally play with?
Yeah, so most of the time I do play with teams. I would usually play with my best friend Chad. His username's Cheese. And then I'm in a Discord with a bunch of my friends who I'm in there daily with. So it would probably be Dookie and Slay, a little bit of Tree Wop, and some Freddie Kane.
All right, let me ask you this. Do you have a name for your community when you stream?
For my community, I don't.
What? What do you mean you don't have a name for your community?
I guess I don't really have a name. Like, I yeah.
Tell me a little bit about a person that you just said. Now, I'm not even going to laugh. I just know everyone has different types of names. Tell me a little bit about, in your own words, who is Dookie88?
Dookie88, that's actually one of my good friends in the Discord.
Okay.
I credit him with getting me my new job, Pepsi. So
congratulations.
Shout out Dookie88. But yeah.
No, I just wanted to know. I heard the name and I was like, you know what? I hear all sorts of different usernames, and I was like, that one focused without anyone being immature about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's Dookie88. You know what I mean?
Nah, yeah. So I think it's more of like a playoff, like, oh, this guy's Dookie.
Right.
But then he kind of shits on everybody.
No, that makes perfect sense. Now, if any of them and everybody in your community was watching, what message would you like to give to them? Like something you normally wouldn't like, you're not telling them even though they know it, but I would like for you to express that to them at this moment.
I wish we played more video games together.
That was very ominous and sad. All right, you guys heard it here. No, I meant like a message to them, you can't just come out be sad in your interview, bro.
Nah, honestly, this is probably one of the closest people I talk to. A lot of them I talk to every day. My boy Wim, I talk to him almost every day. Freddie pops in, Tree pops in, and so it's like a really close community. They are actually some of the first people that I met when I first started streaming, and they're actually part of. Some of them are part of the same gaming organization. I'm part of Noah's Fight.
Okay. Tell me more about this organization.
NOLA Fight is based out of New Orleans, NOLA. It is primarily it was like a Halo, HCS, and Call of Duty team. They haven't done too much HCS lately, and they've more branched into not only Call of Duty, but Women's COD and Rocket League. We have a really, really good South America team.
Fair enough. Now, out of the 2 games that you play, do you play any other style games? Like, do you, instead of basketball and this FPS, are there any other games that you like to try, like that you play that sometimes you don't get a chance to play all the time?
Yes, there are more games like I used to play when I was younger. So like Minecraft, MX vs ATV Reflex, and then I miss zombies too.
Okay. Now, how long have you been a gamer in general?
I would say I've been a gamer since I was a little kid, but I haven't been able to afford consoles until I was a little bit older, like 18.
What was your first console you bought?
PlayStation 3.
Favorite game to play on it?
Black Ops 2.
Okay, so you really do enjoy the first-person shooter games. You really like those. Okay.
I haven't always been good, though.
But no, love is love, and I like it. Let me ask you this, though. Out of all the games in existence that you have ever had your hands playing, whether it's PC or controller, which game, in your opinion, has the best mechanics, but you can't say anything about Call of Duty? Can't use it at all. That would have been your go-to answer, and we can't.
It wouldn't have been Call of Duty. I think it would have been actually. You know, a game I actually really did like that had really, really great mechanics? Gran Turismo 6.
Okay.
Gran Turismo 6.
What was the mechanics, in your opinion? What made it great?
Well, so in Gran Turismo 6, you could tune a lot more, like to your gearing ratio, your downforce, your braking percentage, where you wanted your differential, if it was all-wheel drive, stuff like that. So, like, a lot of my friends would like to have drift cars. And so, like, being able to gear all of that and then drive it and have it be a very realistic racing sim while still being able to drive. And I had a couple friends who had, like, the wheels. So got to go over there a couple times and play that. So that's where you really understand, like, the feel of it. Like, feels kind of natural.
Nice. All right. We're going to go talk about a little something controversial that only you know about. The best game, in your opinion, that everyone thinks is trash.
Oh, crap. What was the name of it?
Describe it to me if you can remember it.
So it was a 2-player co-op game. The campaign was a co-op game. It was Xbox. There was one person who was a melee fighter and one who was an archer, and you guys had to, like, do different tasks. So, like, I would have to go over here and make sure there's a button that was about to be pressed. He'd have to go over there. It was very, like, warrior fantasy style game. But me and my best friend Cheese played that. We finished the game. But it was, like, very low rated. It didn't do well, like, on IGN or any of the ratings, and it didn't sell well. But I thought it was a wonderful game.
Okay. I have a question for you, and you just have to be honest with me, because I always like honesty. What are your thoughts on a user by the name of TreeWop TV?
TreeWop TV?
Yeah, what is your opinion on this person?
I like TreeWop. He's cool. I need to travel to the state where he lives so that I can meet him and a host of other people that also live out there that are in the Discord. But Low-key, he's kind of a punk because he'd be playing all these one-player games and not be wanting to play 2K because he's trying to duck the fade.
All right, so you would like for him to share more of a player experience with you, but he's a little selfish, is what I'm hearing. But he's a good person nonetheless, right?
Oh, he's a great guy.
Fantastic. Let's kind of move a little bit. Let's talk about the streaming. I want you to sell it to me. Why should anyone watch you on Twitch? What is it about you that makes it worthy for me to watch you?
I would say I would have a very unique personality and interaction with people. I like to kind of balance the lobbies, so I try not to get off on the wrong foot with people in my lobbies, so that when I'm interacting, I'm creating a good experience for everybody, not only to watch, but to also interact with me. I'm kind of a fool. I play a lot of music and I'll sing while I do it. Some of my teammates don't like it, but hey, you know, gotta do what you gotta do to create some content. You know what I mean? Gotta stand out above the crowd.
Tell me the worst thing that's ever happened to you with streaming. The worst.
I would say there's probably like a 30-day string where I tried to stream every day. And then I think I averaged like 0 or 1 or like 0.1 throughout the month. And that kind of hurt. I felt like giving up, but at the same time, it's like, it's almost too easy to stream, to turn the camera on, because that's the hardest part, is turning the camera on and going live. And so like, I'm already playing the game. I might as well record it, make some content, and or, you know, relieve myself. You know, this is a getaway. I can become anime sensei. I don't have to worry about, you know, Lyndon over here in my life. I can become this, you know, person, this character, and have fun, be goofy, and just kind of be who I want to be in that time, in that moment, in that place.
Best time, the best moment, in your opinion, of streaming?
Best moment, I got rated with like 15 people, and then I also had a hype train going too. It was the only time I've ever got a hype train, and I was so surreal. I was like, I almost cried. I really did almost start crying because it was just so surreal. It's like, there are people that did enjoy that experience and were willing to, you know, donate to my time and my cause. And it was very touching because I'd never really experienced that. You know, you have friends and family that support you and stuff, but when you have people you've never met before looking at you and be like, oh, I see some potential. Let me bless this man. It makes you feel good.
Yeah. How do you separate the real world from online?
Sometimes it's hard, honestly, just because life does hit you at random times, and sometimes you could be in the middle of a video game and life will hit you, whether it be, you know, stressing about bills or stressing about something in real life, or even if you get mad because somebody in the game says something, because everybody knows COD lobbies. So
what's the worst thing about you?
The worst thing about me, I would say that I am inconsistent with my content creation. And I'm inconsistent, I would say. There are a lot of things in my life that I'm not consistent with.
What makes you happy?
That's a good question. What makes me happy? I would say the feeling of security in which I get with my family.
Nice. Worst anime ever created. And this is a safe space, so you let me have it. It's a safe space. No one's gonna say nothing to you, bro. And the only reason why I say that is because sometimes when I ask things like this, people get nervous, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's your video, so
I'm not nervous at all. I definitely know which one I'm gonna say. It's Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay. And why do you think Full Metal Alchemist is trash?
I think Full Metal Alchemist is trash because the studio tried to go faster than the source material.
Okay.
And so it led to a sped up script and not as good graphics.
Okay, now don't get me wrong, I don't know anything about anime. I'm pretty dense. But aren't you wearing a Full Metal Alchemist t-shirt now?
No.
It looks just like the main character, or is that the little brother who turned into the thing? Yeah, that's the little brother. Yeah, that's the little
Demon Slayer.
Oh, I can't tell them apart. All animes look alike. I am so sorry.
This is Zenitsu.
Oh, my bad.
He has the thunder breathing.
Okay, my bad. You know what? That was my fault. You know me. I don't know much about anything.
But I can see why you thought this was Elric's brother.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to find out. I'm like, he's crashing on it, but he's wearing the apparel. I digress. Best anime you've ever seen that super succeeds the manga.
Super succeeds the manga? That's a hard one.
Yep. Because everyone always leans towards the manga's better. Nothing beats literature. Hate to say it. So,
nothing beats literature and that hand art. There's just something about art when it's like printed as opposed to you watching it in motion.
Correct. So, which one does it way better than the source material?
I'll tell you what's close.
All right, I'll take it.
I would say Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer?
And it's purely because of the animation. The animation, they do take it to a whole new level with that anime.
Okay. What was the first thing you watched that got you into anime?
Dragon Ball. Ooh. I'm pretty sure it's Dragon Ball because my brother, but I almost think it was Gundam. I would say either Dragon Ball or Gundam, but it was when I was young.
Okay. Let's go a little further into this anime. So we know anime and stuff like that can move us, right? Sometimes you can get emotional. What is the one anime you watched as a movie that moved you?
Anime as a movie?
Yeah. Remember, it's a safe space, so if it's anything Sailor Moon, I understand.
Doug, hey, Sailor Moon is one of my favorite animes of all time, but it's not Sailor Moon. I would say it's most. I have to think of the name. I'm not sure. I've only seen it once. It's a Studio Ghibli movie.
Describe.
Watched it with my wife. It's not Howl's Moving Castle. The little girl crosses the bridge.
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Spirited Away.
Good one. That's a really good one. All right, we're gonna move a little bit away from anime. Don't worry, I'll come back to it. Who does it better, in your opinion, Marvel or DC?
In what aspect?
Doesn't matter. Who does it better? You tell me. You tell me in the aspect.
All right. If we're going animated TV shows and live action TV shows, we'll go DC. If we're going movies and theater productions like that, have to give it to Marvel. Just because of the sheer volume that they put it out, but also not just the volume, but like the quality. Like they're not crap movies, you know what I mean? They're not like hack jobs from random directors you've heard of once.
Okay. Best villain, and you can pick from Marvel or DC. Who's the best villain?
I would say probably King the Conqueror.
Okay. Favorite superhero?
That's a hard one.
Don't worry, it's going to get a little bit tougher on the next one.
All right. So I would have to say it's a tie. No, yeah. Ghost Rider and Spider-Man. It's between Ghost Rider and Spider-Man.
Pick one.
Ghost Rider.
We're gonna go with Ghost Rider. Why is Ghost Rider? What makes him dope?
Well, in the comics, I really liked how badass he was, and he rode a motorcycle from when I was young. That's why I originally liked him. But then from reading the comics, he actually has a very like relatable story. You know, a lot of times, a lot of those stories are meant to be relatable, so people are going to read it and stuff. But he has definitely one of the most relatable backstories, and then he also has like a super broken superpower.
Okay. Now, without using your favorite superheroes, can't use them at all, and you can't use your favorite supervillain.
Oh,
When you're at your lowest of your low, you know what I'm talking about? That dark place, right? You're feeling down. Everybody gets there, but I mean way down there. What comic book character can you relate to the most?
When I'm at my lowest of my low, I would probably say Wolverine. Not that our experiences are relatable, but just probably how we deal with it, how we've dealt with our trauma and stuff. So probably Wolverine.
Nice. I like that. No, that's actually really good. If you had a spirit animal, what would it be and why?
It'd be a turtle.
Just all the turtles, or a specific?
Nah, it'd probably be an Australian sea turtle. They live the longest. They can grow to some of the bigger sizes, about like 6-7 feet across. But also because of what they represent, they have a hard exterior, but they are soft in nature and gentle in nature. So very.
When you walk into a room, what's your theme song?
The first song that came to mind, no joke, was Pretty Boy Swag.
All right, I'll take that. If you can best tell me as close as possible, what movie in the genre of horror best describes your life to this point?
Dang, genre horror. Ooh, to my life to this point, Final Destination.
Okay, the whole franchise, or just in general, like the whole franchise?
Just in general. Okay. There's a lot of times I probably should not have made it, but I'm here.
Fair enough. Let me ask you this question here. Where are your parents from?
My parents are from Oakland, or Richmond, California. Originally, my mom's from Pennsylvania, and my dad is from Oakland.
Where are you originally from, and were you raised there?
I was born and raised most of my life in San Diego, California, and then I moved up to the Bay Area where my family's from.
Okay. Now, growing up, walk me through it. Who was impressionable to you, and what was it like?
What do you mean?
Like, how did you grow up? Was it like, did you grow up in the hood? Did you grow up in middle class? Were you wealthy and you went to private school? Things like that.
No, my name isn't Clarence, and I didn't go to private school.
Well, we don't know if we don't ask.
No, yeah. So where I grew up was, I guess you could consider it the hood. I lived kind of like on the border between like two different areas that were bad. And then that was probably for like 12 years, 10 to 12 years of my life. Ended up getting into some trouble. Got my bike stolen, got it back. Got into some trouble with some guys who jumped me, and they were in a gang, and it just wasn't looking good. So my mom moved us to North County in San Diego, and that's where I went to middle and high school, which I hated.
You hated it out there, huh?
Absolutely hated it. I mean, I had great experiences from my friends and stuff, but like, yeah, I hated it.
Where did you draw inspiration as you were growing up? Where did you pull the inspiration to keep going?
Probably from my friends. I don't have a very great relationship with my family, so a lot of my friends have become my family. So a lot of the people that I met when I first moved to North County, I still talk to today. So my kids have a lot of aunts and uncles.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. What are some of the rebellious things you did as a teenager?
As a teenager, I probably drank a little too much alcohol and smoked a little too much pot. Probably shouldn't have been
okay, first
driving.
off, let's rephrase this. Not normal teenager stuff, sir. I meant rebellious things. Can't just go, we drank and smoked. Who hasn't? It's not rebellious. It's not rebellious. Like, did you ditch school? Did you ditch school? Did you run away? You know, things of that.
No, I never ran away like that. I mean, I ditched school. I mean, so when I was when I was in high school, my earlier years, because I went to a continuation school because I was bad as fuck.
See, there you go. That's what we're talking about.
So basically, okay, so middle school, when I moved up to there, I got held back in seventh grade because I didn't care about my grades and I didn't think they were actually going to hold me back. So they did. So I went seventh grade over, completed seventh grade. So I did 2 years of middle school, 2 seventh grade years. And then halfway through my eighth grade year, I got kicked out of that. And they gave me what's called a social promotion because I was older. So they'd send me to a continuation school.
Okay. That's rebellious, sir. That's rebellious right there.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, they kicked me out because I had in 135 days, I had like 300 and something referrals.
Okay. So when you finally graduated, right? What did you do?
Yeah. What? No. So the vice principal who kicked me out of middle school was the same man who gave me my diploma on my senior year.
Hey, now that's pretty cool. Now I like that. So,
yeah.
When you got your diploma by him, what was that feeling?
It was great. It was kind of like a fuck you. He's a great guy, though. He, like, when I think about it now, he's a great guy, and all he did after middle school, because in middle school, I think you're just a piece of shit. You don't tell a parent right in front of his kid that you don't think his kid's going to amount to anything. I just don't think you do that in front of the kid or in front of that parent.
Right.
But in high school, when I got to know him more, he was very much about having kids succeed. I've seen him go, above and beyond for other students who were struggling too and in their rebellious stage, and they ended up also graduating. So I have a little bit of respect for him, but still, fuck you, Mr. Newman.
Mr. Newman, we love you, sir, and we appreciate you. Thank you for everything and getting him on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Let's dive on into a little bit to like a little personal. Ooh. I heard you earlier say you have kids. Is this true?
I do. I have 2 of them.
What are their names?
They are Ruby is my oldest, and Cairo is my son. He's about a month old.
Oh, this brand new baby, brand new baby smell.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, before we'll dive into Mama in a minute. Let's just focus on the kids. What's the coolest thing that you enjoy being with them, watching them do stuff? Like, what are some of these things as like a proud dad moment that because they're still young, so walk me through some proud dad moments.
So my 2-year-old, she is becoming a lot more expressive, a lot more vocal in what she wants and how she communicates, and even lack of communicating. But the thing is, she looks and acts like me, so it infuriates me. So that's a great thing to have. I love it, but yeah, she acts just like me and she looks like me, so it balances it out, because I'll get upset, but then I'll look at her and I'll see myself in her, and it'll make me want to be better than I was treated as a child. And I think that's probably the best part, just really having that realization multiple times a day is like, I'm going to be better than what I had. I mean, shout out to my parents. I'm here, I'm alive, I have a family, but it is what it is.
What values are you going to instill in your kids?
Respect, hard work, and don't let anybody push you around.
What are you going to do the first time they violate a house rule? Now, remember, You were a little rebellious. How are you gonna now? One thing I do know is children do exactly what you did, but possibly worse or even better sometimes. How are you gonna approach it?
So I'm a first generation gentle parenter. So I got to always take a deep breath first.
Okay.
Because there have been times even now where she's screaming like very, very much directly at me. And I'm just like, okay, breathe. We do not spank right now. You know, we're not a spanker. We're trying to talk to her, trying to let her express herself. But man, hopefully they do it when they're young so I can correct the behavior. Because they do it when they're older and he got a little smart mouth or she got a smart mouth, I might have to have my wife handle it. God.
You're going to have to step away, huh?
I got flashbacks.
You're going to be like,
Who's like, my grandma used to tell me to get my own Switch before I got my ass whooped.
Right, self-efficient. That's a great thing to teach our kids, to be self-efficient. Make good decisions, right?
Yeah.
You cut the smaller switch, you get a couple more and they get braided versus getting the bigger one. I don't know. Math.
That braid hurts though.
Who's more of a disciplinary? You or mama?
Me, for sure.
You're more of the meanie.
Yeah, if you could say that. It's more or less that I would like to correct certain behaviors before it gets out of control. And so if I see something, I'm like, hey, we don't do that. And she's like, oh, she does it all the time. I'm like, well, I would like her not to.
Right. Are you one of those parents that has a dream for their kid, or you're more of like, well, let's see how far they get before we make any dreams? You know, like some families or different ethnic groups of people, they have hopes and dreams. They're going to be a doctor. They're going to be this. They're going to be that. Are you one of those?
Well, my daughter will be going to school for nursing, and she will be a U.S. women's national soccer player. And then my son will be studying probably communications, and then he's going to be probably the next Kobe Bryant. So there's that.
Now, if all that falls through, are you going to be mad?
No. Not at all.
I hope not.
Because they have great educations and they have things to go forward.
All right. Well, I'll be looking forward to it. Make sure I get some stuff signed and.
Oh, you got it.
Appreciate it. What type of values as a father towards your daughter you would like to instill at her? You know, instill in her from a male's point of view to a female.
Just to be aware. Just to always be aware of not only your surroundings, your friends, your interactions with people, just because not everybody has your best interest. And so it's up to you to self-regulate all of those voices that you might hear in an everyday, your best friend, the cute boy you might like in his opinion, all of those things you need to be able to self-regulate to be who you are, who you are, true to who you are, I would say.
Okay. Same question applies to your son.
I would probably try to let him know that as a black man, you might not be set up to where all your other friends are, and to know that it's okay to work hard at something and not necessarily have those same accolades, whether it be going to college, going to do certain activities other places, investments, schooling, medical school, stuff like that. It's okay to go do HVAC training. You know what I mean? That there's other routes for you, and to just work hard and put your head down, because that's really the only way that you will be able to succeed. If you keep getting hung up on every bark, every bite, you're not going to be able to go very far.
Okay. So right now I'm going to give you a moment to leave 2 messages to your kid. from the heart. So they're going to see this. You know they are. And I want you to leave each of them something from your heart to them. And make sure, for some reason, I don't know why everyone, when we get to this portion, they never end it with an I love you. So please end it with an I love you, because that's important. So take it away whenever you're ready for each of them.
Yeah. Ruby, my little firecracker, love you so much. And I've seen so much in you that I've had in me as a young kid, and I see the same personalities, and I know how it can be difficult as somebody with a personality like this. And I want to say that it is okay to be different. It is okay to tread your own path and find your own success within whatever you want to do. And I love you so much. And I hope that through all of these years, I've been able to be the dad that you needed and that you wanted in all those times. And to Cairo, I hope that you become the man that I wish I could have been and achieve the things that I am still aiming to achieve. I'm wishing to put you ahead of everything so that you and your sister can have the opportunity to get the education you guys want and the opportunities that you guys want. And I just hope that you can be the greatest man that ever was, be a stand-up gentleman, and just be everything that I couldn't. Love you so much, man.
Nice. All right. Not gonna lie.
Get me all sentimental and shit.
No, get your cry on, because I'm not gonna lie. When you threw the kiss, I almost caught it. I was like, it's not for me. Put your hand down, bro. It wasn't for me. Like, is that? Not for me. No, it's for his dad. That's fine. All right. Now it's on to some juicy stuff.
Ooh.
Tell me, how did you meet your wife? Tell me about her.
Oh, okay. So me and my wife actually met on an online dating app. It's called Mutual. I used to call it Mormon Tinder because it typically is. It's technically an LDS-based dating app. She was going to school in Merced. I was living in the Bay Area and working in San Francisco. We ended up matching, talking for a little bit. I got her number. I invited her out to the Oakland Temple because it's a beautiful view. Like, you can see all of Oakland and across the bay to San Francisco. You can see the Bay Bridge. It's super beautiful outlook, and then there's tons of great food places to eat in Oakland. So I invited her out. We went there, saw the view, had some great pho, and then that's how it started, dude.
Tell me the moment you knew you loved her, and then tell me the first time you said it.
Oh, dang. So the first time I knew I loved her, I would say I knew I loved her probably after a few months, but I knew I loved her because she decided to put up with my shit. You know what I mean? There's like, as a person, there's some things that you're like, this is me, you're going to have to live with it or not. And so she decided to live with my shit, and not a lot of people do. And so I was like, oh, dang, she must really, really like me, really love me. And I had already loved her. So I was like, yeah, this is the one.
And when did you when did the words "I love you" left that mouth?
Left that mouth?
Left that mouth.
Dang, I don't even know. It was probably like 7 months after we started dating.
Okay. Did you say it first, or did she say it first?
Oh, no, I said it first.
You said it first? Okay.
Yeah. She doesn't have that much confidence.
That's all right. Hey, I gotta know these questions. Now, Now, this is a real question, so don't laugh, okay? Don't laugh. Who proposed to who? Did you traditionally do it, or did she was like, "Hey, you want to get married?" And if you did it, how did you do it? I already know the answer is yes.
All right.
Yep. I want to know. I want to know that setup.
All right. So this is what happened. So I did propose to her. We did have conversations leading up to the proposal about like marriage. We did go ring shopping like 7 months prior to it, so I could learn her likes and dislikes, what style she likes, what she didn't like, what gemstones, stuff like that. And so I got the ring, and then how I proposed to her. It was actually, there's an artist out here in Utah called Jay Warren, and he was filming a music video, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to be in this music video with him?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, you have to get nice, go get like your nails done, and like make sure you look nice for her, because like we're gonna be in the music video for everybody to see." And she's like, "Oh, okay." I guess she had her suspicions. I thought I was slick. I don't know, whatever. And so the day comes, we go out to like the shore of the lake, and we have Jay Warren, his guitarist, and like everybody. So like we're all there, we're filming, and then she's like looking forward, and I just bend back on a knee, and I proposed to her, and then it's actually in a music video on YouTube. Yes.
And wait, so is this video available on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right, make sure I get that link so I can put it at the bottom of this, because someone's going, they're going to look for it, and let's just make it easier. Let's just make it easier on them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That would be great. Okay. So you get married, you propose. How was the wedding? Like, did you go to just the courthouse? Did you have a tradition? Like, what was the wedding like?
So me and my wife are LDS. So what typically happens is we'll have a ceremony inside the temple, which counts as illegal. There's 2 witnesses and everything, so the document's signed there. And then we had a reception where we also had like a little aisle we walked down, and then we also thanked everybody and was like, tell us what we were grateful for gathering for us. And then we didn't have vows because we couldn't do that, but we did say like we would honor each other and stuff like that.
If you could, if you could do your vows, like how would you have done it? Like nice and long poem, like if you could do the vows, what would have been in it?
Honestly, I probably would have tried to do something like super cute and slick. So I probably would have written like probably a good like 8-9 sentence paragraph, and like learned it in Spanish, and then said it at the you know what I mean, at the reception. So I'd have to like practice my enunciation, all that stuff. But that's probably what I would do.
How long have you guys been married?
It's 2000. It'll be 5 years and 2 months.
So this is a 2-parter. What's the best part about being in this marriage, and what's the worst part?
Best part about being in this marriage is she is just as goofy as I am. So there's lots of times where we're both doing dumb, stupid stuff, and we just giggle about it, and it's great. You know, you have your person that you can be you. The worst part about being married is probably the melding of personalities, because we are opposites attract. We do like a lot of the same thing, but we are very polar opposites. So,
in 3 words, describe your wife.
Beautiful, kind, and I don't know how I would say this. I would say driven. That's what it is.
Nice. When you get up in the morning and you look at your wife, right? You're going to leave the house. What is the one thing that you see of her that always amazes you? You know what I mean? You look at that person, you're just like, you know what I mean? Like what is that thing?
She's an amazing mother. she's a really, really, really great mother.
Okay. Now you know what part is next. You gotta look at the camera and you gotta say something to your wife.
Oh.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna go over here while you stay right there. Do your thing.
All right. Let's see. Crystal, through our ups and downs, through the good and the bad, I love you so much, and I'm so glad I've decided to spend the rest of my life with you. And I'm glad that we decided to have the family that we had and to do the things that we had. And I'm extremely grateful that everything happened the way it did, just because we've gotten to where we are. We've had the same moments. We've had those good moments. We've had the bad moments. We have a great family, and I'm extremely grateful for the sacrifices that you make for this family and the sacrifices you make for me. And I love you so much. And I don't think you can truly, fully understand that feeling that I have for you, but I wish that I could just give that feeling to you, because you bring me so much joy and so much happiness. And I'm so happy to walk in that door every night to you and our family. I love you so much.
Nice. Well put, my good sir. I think you're doing so good in this interview, man. Let me go ahead and tell you, you're doing really great.
Thank you.
Great. Every time you look in the mirror, what's the best part of you?
My smile.
The smile? You do have a killer smile, my good sir. Tell me something people get wrong about you every time.
I'd probably have to say that they probably get wrong is my intentions.
Okay. What's a philosophy or model you live by?
I've always lived by if it comes too easy, you don't want it.
I'm gonna give you one wish, and it's gonna come true. You get one wish. What's the one thing you'd fix in humanity?
Ignorance.
You want to get rid of ignorance?
Well, I guess
ignorance is
no.
fine. I mean, ignorance is fine.
It's not bad, but I guess there would be a better way. Because what I didn't mean is necessarily ignorance, but ignorant people.
No, I totally understood what you said. I mean, we're just going to get rid of all of it. I mean, we're just going to get rid of all of it.
Yeah.
What's the growth? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, because I was like, I feel like a lot of things that transpire is just from people having a lack of knowledge of something.
Who, in your opinion, is sexier and you can live with for the rest of your life in a shared space? Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Reynolds?
I would say specifically Ryan Reynolds from The Proposal.
Very clever, my good sir. Yeah, he is. He's every person's dream. I hate to say it. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. He's like the perfect human being, dude. He's such a really good person.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm gonna ask you a very difficult question. Now you're gonna have to go in on this, and there's no way to escape this question, and there's no way to twist it. It is exactly the way the question is going to be presented to you, and there's no way around it. But when you hear it, you get to go in on it. Fair?
Sure.
Why does Batman suck?
Batman sucks because he's very one-dimensional. He allows the same villains to create chaos. Joker has a 700 body count. Why is he still actively First of all, why did he let Jason Todd die? That's why he fucking sucks. Mm-hmm. And then you just go like, I get it. Yeah, Damien killed your favorite son, but like, that's your son. You can't just disrespect him like that.
Okay. You can keep going. Is there more, or is that it?
Oh shit!
I told you, just go on in and go do.
First of all, with the amount of good that he wants to do as Batman, he could have did 10 times better as Bruce Wayne. First of all, with the amount of billions of dollars that he had, he could have. First of all, he could have invested more into Arkham, which his mom was a part of. His mom was in Arkham before she married into the Wayne family, so he could definitely help with that and get maybe better security in Arkham so that there's not breakouts every other day. Oh, okay, maybe education, homelessness. Like there's so many things he could have done as Bruce Wayne, not even as Batman, to help and rid most of these crime, and he didn't do any of it. Stupid, one-dimensional.
One-dimensional. Nice.
And I love Batman.
Do you feel if the zombie apocalypse were to happen, how long do you think you'd survive? Realistically.
Realistically, I think I have a pretty good chance of surviving if I'm not in a major city.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, that's good. That's good. Now, I'm going to ask you a personal question that I know about you. Oh, I know. What was the first motorcycle you purchased and why?
Wait, did I tell you about the motorcycle I purchased?
You should probably just talk about it.
Okay. Well, there's a motorcycle that I purchased, and it was really great. It was an R6, it was track ready. I loved it. And it went very fast. I think I did get it on my. I was going through a little bit of a struggle around my 30th birthday, you know, and the thought a motorcycle would fix that, and it was great. I loved it. My wife didn't really, but she allowed it. I mean, she couldn't really not allow it, but you know.
Fair enough. Observational question: what's the tattoo on your shoulder?
Oh, it's koi fish.
What's the meaning behind it?
Koi fish in Chinese mythology represent strength and perseverance. And also there is a legend that if a koi swims up the Yellow River, it'll transform into a dragon.
Nice. I believe I've seen some things with yellow streams before, but I've never seen a koi travel up. But that's good to know because I do like dragons. I do. On your downtime when you're by yourself, what's a quiet evening for you?
Watching anime.
Okay. Any particular? Give me 3 of your best series that you would watch over and over again.
One Piece, Naruto, and Code Geass.
Those are really good ones. Okay. Answer me this because I like to know. It's got to be. I want to know, like, inside your head. What is the motivation that drives you to function that's not related to your family?
I would say I am my biggest hater. I have a lot of negative thoughts that run through my head every day. And I guess I would say I do it to prove them wrong.
So my question, I got another good one. This one's good. What is the legacy you want to leave behind?
I would like to leave the legacy that I started from the bottom and I was able to build a platform for my kids to start at and not have to struggle to from where I started.
With you and your wife, what is it that you guys agree on 100%?
Government bad.
Government bad. Okay. All right. Speaking of which, we're not going to, in this next question, it's going to be, you can't use race, religion, or politics as all as you can't use it as an answer. And what I want you to do is tell me something that most people don't want to talk about because it's just trash or whatever, but it's something you stand by.
I would have to say that and one is not a foul call in basketball.
But people are on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And why is that?
I would probably say it's because of the 90s and like the and one mixtape, all that. Like, but people will say and one because it looks cool. The flashy layups and dribbles and stuff. But it's like it's not a foul call.
Since you're from the West Coast, right? From the Bay Area, right? Why does E40 always go ooh?
Yeah, to me, I don't know.
That's I appreciate that. I always wanted to know, and that's a great response. I really do appreciate it. So I'm gonna wrap this up here in just a moment. On your tombstone, what do you want it to say?
Loving father, husband, and all around badass.
If you can give one gift to the world, what would it be?
A brighter day, brighter smile.
What's the worst color in existence?
Orange.
What's the word that makes you cringe?
I probably have to say moist.
Moist. Okay. For me, it's sopping. Sopping. Kind of a bad one there.
Actually, I hate gripe. I would say gripe is one. I feel grinds my gears.
Fair enough. The dumbest animal in existence.
Platypus.
Shut your mouth. Why? Whoa, I gotta hear this. Why?
Bro, platypuses don't make fucking sense. They don't make sense. Have you looked at the biology of a fucking platypus, dog?
All of it works, and they're poisonous. So
yeah,
what?
That's why. Why? I don't know. Platypus.
Okay, all right. Best animal in existence.
Turtles.
You can't repeat the same thing. You gotta give me something else. That's your spirit animal. That makes it already cool to begin with.
All right, cool. Best animal, I would have to say sugar monkeys.
Sugar monkeys. Those ones do taste pretty good too. And then we're gonna end it on this. Decepticon or Autobot?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Megatron has some good points, but I live for Optimus to say, Autobots roll out. You know what I'm saying? I'd hear that and I'd ready to die for you, Optimus.
That's fair. That's fair. Now we're at the end. Now you get to do a shameless plug. Tell everyone where to find you, why they need to come by, give you all the love, do your thing.
Yo, AnimeSensei209 on all platforms, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and TikTok. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, all of that. I think you should come only because I am very passionate about what I do. So I be getting into these games. And also I have a lot of good things on my channel to where like you can mess with me. So like I'm blind as a bat. And there's channel points where you can redeem where I play with no glasses. And it's kind of funny because I have to get super close. So there's little things that, you could do if you came to my streams. So come and interact. It's fun. I promise you. You're not going to have a bad time. It's going to be a great time. It's always a good time with me.
I almost caught that. I almost did it again. I'm like, is that for me or is that for them? And I was like, no, it's about him. It's about him.
This one's for you.
Okay, fair enough. I want to say thank you. And I had a good time, and I really do appreciate you allowing me to get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate the time. I
I have one more question. I do have another question.
Yes.
I've been watching this thing is viral, and I think it's hilarious. How does your gun sound?
Get up! Get up!
I knew that would work with you. That's fucking hilarious.
Bro, I love those videos, dog.
I figured I knew. Yo, these kids are wild, man.
I know,
It's hilarious.
dude.
I don't even do you even know where that comes from, or is it just something somebody just started doing? I don't know.
So Meek Mill was at a fight and somebody got dropped and he was yelling, "Get up! Get up!" And so that's what started that. But then I don't know where the whole what does your gun sound like? And then a lot of people started saying that. And then it evolved to like people making their own sounds.
Okay. But that is hilarious. Well, I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you here, my man, and always a pleasure. Love you, nephew, and thank you again.
Hey, I appreciate you for having me on. I appreciate it, man. It was really fun and I enjoyed this.
All right, you guys. We'll check you guys later for the next interview and all that good time. You guys have a good one. Cheers.